Chapter 16. I know what you did. Rink rubbed her eyes and looked at the bedside clock, which read 2:30, but couldn't discern whether it was the middle of the night or the middle of the afternoon, which were one and the same on a crazy filming session. That wasn't all that didn't register. Her mother's comment confounded her even more. Mom? Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Rink really didn't. She thought for a moment this might be a dream, and she was still a child and had been discovered in some misdeed, as a list of possible explanations went through her mind in a fleeting streak of pubescent terror and guilt. But then the room began to take shape in the curtained darkness, bringing into focus her whereabouts, and the realization that she was in Tennessee on a Bigfoot found investigation, and an entirely different set of worries, adult problems, took their rightful place. Was she angry because Neil had been tasked with looking out for her mother? Had she committed some sin she had long forgotten that had been somehow dredged up now? Mom, what are you saying? She was sitting up in bed now, the covers falling away, completing a chill that covered her arms and legs. I said, don't act like you don't know. I don't know, Mother. Are you okay? What do you need? I need for you to bring my money back. I know you're buying that farm in Wyoming. I found the papers. And now a worry that was real and worse than any dream took over. There was no farm in Wyoming. There was no money, only hers that she used to care for her mother. There was no deep, dark secret or misdeed. There was only tragedy. Mom, listen to yourself. Have you had a dream? Are you okay? I'll tell my brothers. They'll get you for this. They'll take care of you. Mother, you took my money and thought you'd get away with it. Mom, call Neil. Oh, I will call Neil. He was the best thing that happened to you. He came by yesterday before I found out. Okay, I'll call Neil and have him come over. Settle down. Don't tell me to settle down, you little hussy. I knew something like this would happen some day. Mom, I love you. The phone had gone silent. Rink stepped out of bed, still disoriented, and looked around the room before deciding she had to call Neil. Of course, his phone went to voicemail. She tried the neighbors down the street and got no answer there either. When did she have to meet the team? Her phone alarm hadn't gone off, so she must have been awakened earlier than she planned. But in the moment, she couldn't even remember her time schedule. She went to the mirror and splashed water on her face and finger-combed her short hair. Then she stood and stared at her face, emotionless, blank, empty. How was she supposed to feel? She pulled on her pants, put on her shoes, and sat on the edge of the bed, wondering what to do next. She was thousands of miles away, and her mother was having a serious breakdown of some sort. This was supposed to happen. Why now? Why so soon? Rink hid her face in her hands and cried in the dark, lonely motel room. In the lobby, Billy was about to have his own breakdown, on the phone with Ed. Yes, a night investigation tonight. We have what we think is a picture, taken inadvertently, of a Bigfoot standing behind us, he said. Flo stood beside him, waiting where she had mysteriously appeared, as he sat on a flowered sofa and he looked up at her. Hold on one sec. We have cheesecake, she mouthed. It's on the house. Flo, you're a godsend, he whispered, wishing God had sent the blessing a few minutes later. Thank you. We'll see you in the restaurant. Flo waved and walked regally in the direction of the dining room. Ed, sorry. Billy started and stopped, listening. Yes, we have tons of interviews. The show will be great. Billy watched guests as they walked past. He tried to act nonchalant. This was not going well. We'll see what happens tonight, Billy said. Yes, sir. Our flight is late tomorrow night. Yes. Okay, goodbye. Billy leaned back and took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. What had Ed expected? Exactly what was happening, that was what. If they were ever going to catch a glimpse of Bigfoot, tonight would be a great night for that to happen. They might never get another chance. Flo did have cheesecake, and before any of the other crew members arrived, Billy had two slices. The first with a perfectly halved strawberry in its middle, and the second, which must have been more hastily found, with a piece of strawberry dangling on the pointy end. Those followed a massive helping of buffet. The only thing that slowed his feeding was Gable's arrival, surly and with his oily hair in even greater disarray than normal. His coffee could not come soon enough. Robo walked in and looked normal and impossible to gauge. Harrison, next, with his phone to his ear, might have been talking to an agent or a girlfriend, but it was difficult to tell. Then Rink appeared and came straight to Billy, asking to see him in the lobby. What's up? Billy asked. Rink let a couple of octogenarians pass and then began to talk, fast and with as much coherence as she could muster, which wasn't much. My mother thinks I stole her money and I bought a farm in Wyoming, and now my uncles have started calling wanting to know what's going on, and I can't relate to them how far Mom's condition has progressed. Wait, Billy said, putting his hand on Rink's shoulder. Slow down. Everything's going to be fine. They don't know she's developing dementia? No, they don't. They think I'm awful. Let them go visit her. It's probably what she wants anyway. The comment froze Rink, who stood in thought. Do you need to go ahead and fly home? It's okay. Rink looked it to the floor and back to Billy. No, I can go tomorrow. I need to speak with Neil, or someone who can go see her, and I can't get him. Keep trying. If you need to take care of this, what we're doing pales in comparison. When a family member needs you, that's your priority. Rink nodded before taking out her phone to make certain no one had called. No one had. I want to finish up here. I need to finish up here. Okay. You take care of what you need to take care of. If you walk away for a call, it's okay. If you need to do something, do it. I know we don't always have phones on in the field, but this is an exception. Keep it handy. Billy, thank you. I think I just, I needed to tell someone to make sure I'm not crazy or something. You're far from crazy. Go grab something to eat. Flo's cheesecake makes a world of difference in one's outlook. By the time they walked back into the dining room, it was apparent Gable and Robo had been arguing. An iciness hung over the team. Billy said nothing and sipped the remainder of his tea. Are you going to be on the phone during the whole meal and the meeting? Gable asked Harrison, who covered the mouthpiece before he replied. Some of us have work between now and the next shoot. Some of us have the courtesy not to talk on the phone at the table. I'm not bothering you, Harrison spat. Getting set up for Flamethrower 2, the revenge of the machete-wielding maniac. Very funny, funny guy, Harrison said as he stood and walked away. If Billy wasn't fed up, he was very close. Okay, Gable, you're on a solo investigation tonight. Above the falls. I checked the weather and it might rain again, so take the necessary equipment. The rest of us will be on Stars Mountain. When we return, we have a few hours to nap and do a late checkout. Then we'll drive to McGee Tyson and fly out. Any questions? No one had any, and the team began to file out as Harrison returned to finish his meal. Billy, I'm sorry, Harrison said. No worries. It happens. No, really. I'm sorry. I'm not working on something else. I'm clearing some things to be ready to go again. I need to do a commercial, though, in the meantime, and that's what I was arranging.
Harrison, we don't know you would be part of the team. It took us by surprise. We sort of needed time to adjust our thinking, and get our head around things. And when we get on a shoot, everything's already so busy the least disruption is magnified. Several of us have spent most of our lives looking for Bigfoot. We don't question its existence. We're looking for proof so that others know it to be true as well. I know it's true. I've seen a Bigfoot. This is beyond important to me.
Harrison, who had alternated looking at Billy and looking away, now locked eyes. Billy, I thought this was some kind of joke. I've said things I probably shouldn't have. But I've come to realize something. People have seen something. I'm not sure what it is. I need to know what that is now. I'm not as certain as I was. I think Bigfoot may exist.
I'm glad you've come around. Just be wary around Gable. He loves to argue and, well, for lack of a better term, fight. He's adversarial. Maybe because he was a lawyer. He's not always a bad guy. I've seen him in a better mood than he has been this week.
That could be my fault, Harrison offered.
It's not your fault you're trying to make a living. You're an actor. You look for work. That's nothing to be ashamed or sorry for.
Thank you, Billy. From the bottom of my heart. I won't try to make a farce of this. Ever. They had work to do. They needed to find evidence of Bigfoot. Tonight, they would need to make headlines.